corruptions in the governance. It's not good. Presidents are corrupting people, are corrupting judge. Ministers are corrupting. Governors are corrupting. Mayors, officers, businessmen, businesswomen, gentlemen, lawyers, here and there. Corruptions everywhere. I know that Satan is at work, but people must have the brain of operating systems, because when the brain is corrupted, everything goes wrong. But you must rectify some things in there and find out what is right. Once you are on top of the country, you are a president, ministers, mayors, lawyers, governors. You are there for people. You are not there for any somebody. You are there for people. So you must work for people. You must really find a way out for the life of people. Not only thinking of your pocket, not only thinking for your good, not only thinking for your family. Yes, you must start first in your family and then go out. But after thinking of your family, you must go also out for the people who are surrounding you. Leadership is given, but people are making it a profession. Once there is a gift of leadership somewhere, things are going right. Though there will be a mistake, those mistakes will be a lesson. But if it's a profession, though it goes good somehow, somewhere, but there is a but. Things must be wrong somewhere. This was the second point of which I would like to talk about, the basket of humanity in Africa, whereby every people are found in Africa with different purpose of creating the activity in life. First, life we are not living is life that lives upon us. And life itself has no rules, but people making rules in life to achieve their goals. I can give you an example. I am a singer. I'm singing. For my song to appeal to different people, it must be somehow, somewhere, the regulations or the rule whereby I must apply for my song to come here and to go there. And which is the studio. I must go to the studio and have a record, sing there, pay money so that my music can be spread out there for people to know that really this is a singer. I can be a journalist. I'm seeing something wrong happen here. I'm reporting to the people. But for the thing starts to reach some other people around the world, it must be a media. And that media will take those things and spread it around the world. That is the regulations of people who have made in life to achieve their goals. And all that with money. Money is a shelter, as wisdom. And it answers everything in life. Yes, of course. But the only problem is to discover that life itself has no rule and life itself is fair. But people who are violent and wise enough, they've created rules in life to achieve their goals and their ambition. This is the point I would like to tell you. Let's follow the other point in the third stage. Thank you. And the third point I would like to talk about the political statics from 1980 to 2009, whereby I would like to mention some of improvement, law and regulations, justice and truth, leadership, new development, stability, education and technology, project and management, settlement of organization. As the statistics from 1980 to 2009, I take this date because of the last independence given to Zimbabwe was in 1980. And from thence forth until now, I try to compare the politic way and strategy thereof is still weak in Africa. Though they've wanted to be linked and rely on Europe politics, but that could not work. And the strategy used by the global economist is still unfair and unsuitable in Africa. There is this point of improvement. Yeah, they have improved somehow, somewhere, according to their understanding. Though the regulations and law are not yet practiced in around. The truth is, the way of life is not just. There is no justice applied in every single thing done. Leadership. I would like to take this point of courage. I see people with courageous and leadership. They've tried what they could. They've reached some goals and achieved their ambitions. But the only thing needed in leadership is courage. Courage was not overcoming your fear, but courage was doing what is right even in presence of fear. Surpassing the emotion of your atmosphere with a positive mind. You can think that courage is surpassing your fear or overcoming it, but overcoming your fear is a discipline. In everything you undertake, you must have a discipline. While you have having discipline, you know a success is toward you. But some leaders are having discipline and then they are overcoming their fear to achieve their goal. But they have no courage because what they are doing is not right. That is courage. And this new development around the world and in Africa, there are new development that is coming every single day. But the thing is, all people are not linked to what is development. Some are left behind, and the government must think about it. There is this stability and education. Around the world, we've got thousands of educators and millions and billions of students who are learning every single day and every single year, who are qualified. But the thing is, they are not having opportunity of working. That's a really big point I would like to mention here. And that does not create a stability in our society, in our community, in our governments. Because those who are qualified every year, they are many. And the job, there is no job for them. They are struggling, they are wandering here and there, looking for the creative things whereby they can stand. And the government is still out of that. Technology is improving every day. People are going forward in technology. But with technology, there is a creation of impediment of life, whereby the thing supposed to be done by 10 persons is now done by 1 person. The thing supposed to be done by 100 persons now is done by 5 persons. So what about those who are left behind? What will happen? Question mark. Project and management. We've got people who are really based on these things, but there is no outcome there. Create a project to manage the people so they can create some activities whereby people can fit, but still not yet complete. But this is an issue of the government and the ministers to withstand the people they are ruling. settlement of organizations. We've got thousands of organizations around the world. Most of those organizations are operating in Africa. I don't know what is happening around the world, but since the establishment of these organizations, there is no any outcome of Africa whereby Africans say thank you to those organizations and say, this is really what we're needing. Now it's done. They're just standing there requiring money. Oh, we are helping this side. Oh, we are helping this side. But there is no any effective life whereby people can be in peace. And with those organizations, they are just sucking some of the things in Africa and bring them abroad, saying that you are sucking these things to help Africa, but Africa is not helped. And I've got one organization I would like to mention. If it can be helpful to Africa to withstand, and I think if all the governments of Africa take it and study it and put it in practice, Africa will really stand. And this is the ARM. ARM. African Unification Movement. I take that arm because of, before you do everything, you need a arm. Because the arm is acting. You can have an operating system in your brain, but the effective things must come through the arm. And the arm have got the hand where it linked, and these things here can do something, can do the job. So this African Reunification Movement need 5% of every single country in Africa to be member in there and recreate Africa. This is the third point. I would like to mention this point here so that if it will be really needed in the governance of Africa, and there it will be very good for Africa to excel. Thank you for listening to this point. That's it. Okay. You know what, in life? In life, there are two ways. There are destiny and goal. And people neglect destiny the most and pursuing goals. You will hear that I've pursued my goals and I've achieved it. But destiny, no matter how, no matter what, you have to reach your destiny. Destiny and goal are different. Goal is something that I am doing by force, by my understanding, by my comprehension, by my view, so that I can achieve something I saw, I heard, I copied, and get in life. But destiny, it's some way which are pushing me into whatever and wherever I must be. There is no any exception. But people, the most want to achieve their goal than to achieve the destiny. Because the destiny is not achieved first, but it's reached. If you reach your destiny, then you achieve what is in there. But the goal is not reached. It's achieved first, then reached. I don't know if you understand it. If I make it clear. Destiny have got its own way. Whereby you like it or not, you must be in there. But goals, you can say, no, I don't want these goals. I can take this one. You change. Or I don't want this one. I can take this one. You change. That's how you achieve the goal. But destiny is something that pushes you. You like it or not, you must go this way. And you have to be there. I would like to mention also these things because life out there is not so easy. People are trying so hard here and there, but first you must understand yourself. You must know yourself, who you are. If you know who you are and the capacity of understanding you have, you must deal first with your brain. You must deal of the things you can be able to do and where to stand. And then you can see that there will be an easiest way whereby you can go and find opportunities. And that is a destiny for you. You can try, the goal is hard to achieve the goal. But destiny, no matter what, you will reach the end of it. And that is the only point I would like to clarify over there and give you outcome. But destiny and goals are different. If you want a goal, you can take a goal. If you want destiny, you must observe life and know who you are and what you can be able to. That's it. This was the point I would like to make. I wanted to mention about the written book VUCA Africa, which is now at the hand of the publisher. This is the DVD out there, the direct speech, and there are some of the point I didn't even want to clarify and to debate here, which is first the considerations, because we are all born free and equal. There is no who is greater and least, but it's God who gives the greatness and uplift the life of people. There is the outcome of millennium, technology and the new development, new strategy, new life, whereby people are improving themselves in the wrong way, and without considering the fact that things are done wrong, but they are happy of living such life. There are also this point of marriage, communication, and relationship. If you buy the book and have the script in there, you will find how the explanations is in there and how everything's have been settled. The engagement, how life is directed in the family, how two partners can be living joyously, having their good relationship with both families, in-law, and brothers and friends. I thank you all for listening to this speech. Though it's long, but I know there is something important in it. Though it at least once, but take it and apply it. I've got 2 contacts where you can contact me for more further information. My contact is 073 94 90 577, or you can email me to joshkema@yahoo.com. And the way we used to speak is Joshua Kis Kemani from DRC eastward. And then, if you lack more further knowledge and information, you've got my contact over there and you can leave. I'm a psychologist, industrial ones, and dealing with the brain and soul fighter. So with a brain and soul, we know how to combine the things and sort out the problems of life. Thank you very much for your time.